of the Springbok Shield. It'll be Christchurch Boys High School will start in 1, Marlborough Boys College in 2, Westlake, the Red Swans in 3, the Mitre St Bede's in 4, the legend that is Hamilton Boys High School in 5, Westlake their second team in 6, Sacred Heart College out of Auckland. Second ever winners of the Maadi Cup will start in lane 7, Christ College will start in lane 8. We will bring you a visual of each of the teams here, folks, and what a wonderful occasion it will be. Here is lane 1, Christchurch Boys High School. They won this race back in 1999 and 2019, just twice in the 6-year history of the event. In fact, it is Marlborough College in lane 2. Never won. In fact, they won this race back in 2012. So the school out of the Nelson region looking to try and add a second. They'll start in lane 2. Incredibly well coached by Sam Jackson and Cameron Patton. Lane 3, one of 2 Westlake crews in this race. And they've got a rich history, do Westlake. They have won this event back in 1982, 1991, 1993, but it's been 22 years since they won it last, the last time coming in 2002. Alongside of them, it will be the might, and I say that, the might of St Bede's. They have won the double previously. They will start in lane 4. And St Bede's, well, you've only got to look back. They won it back in 2023, in fact, the only time they have won it. And it was in 2023. They ended up winning the Maadi Cup as well in the most dramatic of fashion, beating Hamilton Boys High School by just 1/500th of a second. Next to them, you can see it from a distance, is the big red sled. That is the might of Hamilton Boys High School. 17-time winners, the very first winners, the defending champions. Can they go back to back? Can they add an 18th crown to what is just simply a remarkable legacy? And again, the second of the Westlake crews, just demonstrating the depth they've got. As mentioned earlier, 4-time winners. Can they add a 5th? One of the real race favourites for tomorrow's Maadi Cup. They won the Maadi Cup back in 76, 1983 and 1984. And there is Sacred Heart out of Auckland. Sacred Heart have never won the Springbok Shield. Have won the Maadi Cup once. That was back in 1948. And now one of the great traditional rowing schools, Christ College. They have won it on 6 occasions, 1988, 1989, 1990, 96, 98. The last time they won was 8 years ago, back in 2016. Lane 4, St Bede's College. We are set for a start in the 60th running of the Springbok Shield, one of the real blue ribbon events. The Maadi Regatta for 2025, and we are underway. And so this remarkable race, the under 18 Cox 4 gets away, and it's a very, very even start. Good start coming from Westlake Boys High School, number 1 team there in lane 3. Also across in lane 6, getting away nicely is the second of the Westlake Boys High School team. So it's Westlake 1 and 2. Really good start coming from Christchurch Boys High School at the top of your screen in lane 1.
Yeah, we're having some fantastic fast starts here, certainly from those 2 Westlakes, as you say, and Christchurch Boys, as we just see the crew down here from Christ College start to inch up as well, and Hamilton Boys are going with everyone too.
Yeah, well, Westlake Boys trying to make a little bit of history, trying to add a 4th title to their wins in 76, 83 and 84. The fact they've got 2 crews says they do come in as real favourites. They've got depth. They've got that difficult decision of who are the 2 fastest, which combination works best. Hamilton Boys High School in the famous red boat there. And also St Bede's sitting there in lane 4. St Bede's at the moment about a boat length down on Westlake. Coming across in lane 6, we've got Westlake Boys High School.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job. They certainly do have fast starts. It is Westlake Boys High #1 in the lead, rowing very nicely, and Westlake 2 currently in second. Oh no, it's not, sorry, it's Christ down on the bottom, currently in second, and Westlake 2 holding on to third. But their crew from St. Bede's is really pushing up, and Christchurch Boys. Well, everyone's just going so fast, aren't they, Mark?
Oh, this is remarkable, isn't it? Look, I love what Westlake are doing here. They just want to put the hammer down. They just want to set themselves up. They just want this to be their weekend. They want to win the double. They're just so desperate for this. They've been a long-time player in secondary school rowing, known as the famous Red Swans, but they've always been, I guess, upstaged by the likes of Hamilton Boys High School and the likes of St. Bede's in more recent times, clearly Christ College. Wouldn't they love to get this done? Wouldn't they love their second of their crews also to feature as well, saying, hey, look at the depth we've got. Let's send a message. Let's send a little bit of a psychological marker to our opponents tomorrow when we do line up in that 78th running of the Maadi Cup. So it's at Westlake at the top in lane 3 there. Donovan Pivac, Jack Buckley, Samuel Bird, George Langley. And we've got Flynn Wigglesworth as their cocks, Andy Hay, Jordan Stanley. Remarkable coaching duo in control.
Yeah, they're doing a great job as this Westlake crew, and earlier in the day we did see the pair of Jack Buckley and George Langley from this crew take out the under-18 boys pair, so potentially they're looking for the triple as we see this forward just so beautifully row away from the rest of the field. Westlake Boys now stretching out to a length lead over Christ College, who have about a canvas over Christchurch Boys.
Well, Mike Stanley was a member of the New Zealand 8 that won the World Championships in 1982-83. He won Westlake's first ever Maadi Cup in 1976. He was a member of that crew. It's now his son, and it's a great story, isn't it? Jordan Stanley, who's in control of this program. We always talk about good coaching. Now it is this Westlake team. They've got a boat length lead over Christchurch Boys High School. Christchurch Boys High School in lane 1 at the top of your screen. Down here, book ending, it's Christ College, Max Erie, George Young, Geordie Pavey, Will Richards and Daniel Wilson, who continue to put the pressure on, currently moving to second place.
Yeah, we're seeing a great move at the moment happening from the St. Bede's crew. St. Bede's is pushing up into fourth, battling up fourth with Westlake #2. But it is this crew here, the crew from Westlake #1, with a beautiful painting on the front of their bow there. That is just so beautifully displayed by our drone footage. Westlake really stretching out, getting plenty of clear water as we get a great view of Flynn Wigglesworth, the coxswain, as he expertly steers and encourages his crew.
Well, we talked about Mike Stanley being a member of that 1982-83-8 that stopped the nation when they won those back-to-back titles. Well, Andy Hay was the coxswain for that. Now he's heavily involved now in the coaching of Westlake. They've got another coxswain, a bronze medalist from 1984, and Brett Hollister involved at the school as well. So rowing is strong. You go back to the likes of the Eric Verdonks, etc. It is Westlake. They have made an absolute statement so far. They are just putting an exhibition on here. They're out by 2 boat lengths and looking very, very comfortable indeed. And it's bookended by those 2 teams that are still challenging, Christchurch Boys High School, Christ College. The big question is, where is Hamilton Boys? Where's St. Bede's College?
St. Bede's is doing a great move. That's what they're doing. St. Bede's is really pushing up, and they're bringing with them Sacred Heart of Auckland. So those 2 are really pushing up. They're now up and over Christchurch Boys. So it is Westlake Boys sitting in 1, a nice clear lead. Christ sitting in 2, and it is Sacred Heart, Auckland and St. Bede's battling it out for that bronze medal at the moment. But we are starting to see the wind happen from Hamilton Boys.
Oh, remarkable Hamilton Boys. Now, we know how good they are. We know how their ability, they can be strategic. They would have practiced this. They would have said, look, based on our physiology, yes, we're good through 1,500 metres. We need to be strong, but we're very good at bringing it home. We know how to dial it up. But I just tell you what, out of sight, out of mind, this Westlake Boys High School team, winners in 82, 91, 93, 2002. It's been a 23-year wait. Have they ever won the Shield with such emphatic victory as we're possibly starting to see now? This is unbelievable.
And what we're seeing here is Hamilton Boys sprint really pushing them up. So Hamilton Boys now sprinting up. It is still Westlake well out in the lead, but the race is on here for silver, bronze, 4th and 5th, because we've got Christ sitting in 2nd. We've got Sacred Heart Auckland just behind them, but Hamilton boys, that bow is really moving. They've got some momentum behind them as we enter the final 250 metres.
Yeah, well, we're asking now the schools on the banks of Karapiro to lift, to bring their crews home, give them that little bit of a pick-up. But ladies and gentlemen, what a proud moment it will be for the Red Swans of Westlake on Auckland's North Shore. They want to win the Maadi Cup. They want to win their fourth Maadi Cup tomorrow. They want to start today by winning the Springbok Shield, do the double, do what few schools have done. Hamilton Boys High School, the last to do it, and looking like they're going to complete the first part of that puzzle because they are in control. But it is lane 8 now. Christ College starting to push hard. We've got lane 5, Hamilton Boys High School. Hamilton Boys High School are lifting. Hamilton Boys High School are starting to surge, but stand up the Red Swans. You win the Springbok Shield for the 5th time in your history. What a remarkable performance from them. That is unbelievable. Coming down, Hamilton Boys High School will pick up the silver medal, and then it will be the brilliance of Sacred Heart College, is it, who pick up 3rd place. In fact, Christ College, my apologies, Christ College the bronze medal. But Westlake boys, Donovan Pivac, Jack Buckley, Samuel Burge, George Langley, Flynn Wigglesworth, for this moment on, you will forever have your name etched on one of the great trophies in New Zealand rowing. You are the Springbok Shield champions for 2024.